Good afternoon. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the notification bell. And do we have ourselves a special video for you? We have ourselves another quality check. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Well, all right. We have ourselves yet another quality check. And this is going to be a Model Y quality check. And this is the black Model Y. So remember, if you ever getting a black Model Y especially, the first upgrade that you should get is probably paint protection film. Why? Because the black reveals swirl marks, minor scratches, and it's probably going to be the best upgrade for you first. All right, so let's continue on by doing a quality check. And a quality check is basically going to check the panels of this current build, and these are the latest builds coming out of the Fremont factory, and we're going to see if it's either a pass or a fail. So let's start off by examining the left side. So far so good. We're going to look at the fender and make sure that it matches with the hood, and the hood matches with the bumper, and there's no discoloration, nothing that we see out of place. So far so good. And this happens to be the performance. And the way we know it's the performance is by the Uber turbine wheels. Now let's take a look at the driver's side door. Now look at that. Gap is nice and tight, and that's what we want to see. Next, we want to do ourselves a door test by rubbing one finger from this panel to this panel. And beautiful. There's a look at the interior. Beautiful. See if it's flush. The door is flush. It is flush. Not so bad. Now let's check out this gap over here. This is the left side gap. This is where Tesla normally tends to have the problem. And as you can see, it's a bigger gap here, and as it goes, it thins down, which isn't good. We want to see a very consistent gap. Now let's measure this gap. And Tesla considers 3 millimeters to be within spec. So by this gap, what we have here, 6 millimeters. Unacceptable. Not good. So it looks like Tesla continues to have the problem with the Model Y. Very common issue. So remember, also, if you're getting the performance, remember to check each end of your performance spoiler. You want to make sure that it's sealed and it's nice and tight. Okay, so that's good over here. And taking a look at the right side here. The right side we normally find is a lot better. So let's measure this gap. And Tesla considers 3 millimeters within spec, and this gap is 5 millimeters. So even though it's the performance, even though you're spending a lot of money, they continue to have problems. So I'm gonna have to give this Model Y a fail. Now let's move on to another Model Y. So all right, we have ourselves another Model Y, and this happens to be the gray with the black interior. And this one is the long range version. Now taking a look at the left side, taking a look at the hood, the bumper, and on to the right side. Taking a look over here at these wheels, driver's side door. This gap's nice and tight. Taking a look at the interior. Taking a look at this door over here. It's nice and flush. Beautiful. Nice and tight. So this gap is a little bit thinner than the gap that we've seen on the black Model Y. And let's take a measure to see how big this gap is. So we have ourselves just about 4 millimeters, which isn't that bad. Actually isn't that bad. This gap over here is about 3 millimeters. So that's a lot better than the one we've seen today. the black Model Y, and it's not bad. Moving along to the right side. So the right side, okay, the gap is nice and thin, beautiful, and that's what we want to see. This door, nice and tight, it is flush, beautiful. So here's a look at the interior, and I definitely would say that this Model Y is a pass. Now let's move on to our final Model Y for the evening. All right, so this is our final Model Y, and it happens to be the beautiful blue, and guess what? It is the Performance. So taking a look at the left side, onto the hood, onto the bumper, and onto the right side. Remember, if you're taking delivery, walk around your vehicle at least 5 times. Do not rush your delivery. Especially with the Model Y, it seems to be Tesla's new best-selling vehicle. They tend to be rushing the Model Y build from the vehicles that are located in, well, that are coming out of the Fremont factory. So now let's take a look over here at the driver's side door. This is good. So I definitely like what I'm seeing. After you've done a thorough check of the exterior, that's when you want to check the interior. Remember, check the doors, check the door handles, see if it's flush. Rub one finger from this panel to this panel. You'll be able to tell off of feel. Okay, so taking a look at this gap here onto the left side, and let's measure to see if it's within spec or if it's out of spec. Okay, so this is actually the best one we've seen so far. It does measure about 3 millimeters, and this gap over here measures about 3 millimeters. Great. So this is definitely what we want to see if it's the left side. Definitely want to see a nice tight gap, because the problem tends to be on the left side. Check the spoiler, make sure it's attached on properly. Move along to the right side. See this gap over here? It's very tight, very thin, and this is how it should be. Okay, taking a look at the wheels. Beautiful. So I definitely will say that this Model Y gets a pass. So we've basically seen 3 Model Ys today, and the odds were like 2 out of 3. So 2 of them got a pass and 1 of them was a fail. Tesla doesn't build the best vehicles when it comes to quality, but when it comes to tech and efficiency, they're probably 10 years ahead of all the other vehicle brands. So if you're thinking of making a purchase or taking an order or taking delivery, make sure to download a quality check list and bring it to you with you during your delivery date. You can download one free. Go to electricbuyers.com, and that's all I gotta say. So thank you and have a nice day. Hey, would you like to win a Tesla Model 3? All you have to do is like, share, comment, and subscribe. And one lucky subscriber will win a Tesla Model 3.